The Vampire Diaries by Colin and Jackie Hawkins. Meet the Gorys and their pets. But if we flick to the back of the book, we get to the place called the blurb. Meet the Gorys, an ancient vampire family. We're all a bit batty in this family, laughs Vlad, the dad. Mr. Gory is always dead on his feet after a day at the undertaker's and loves to come home to a nice supper. I haven't had a bite all day, he sighs. Find out about the average vampire household in this fantastic book. The Vampire Diaries, The Gorys, by Colin and Jackie Hawkins. The Gory Vampires. If you're feeling just a little bit wary, and you think that all vampires are scary, step inside, meet Family Gory. They're all dying to tell you their story. Gory Grange. The Gory family have lived at Gory Grange, Cemetery Hill, for hundreds and hundreds of years. Over the centuries, many a vampire horse and carriage has rattled up the long, winding drive and through the huge iron gates up to the ancient house. Behind the great oak front door, Gory Grange is just like all vampire homes, with heavy, musty velvet curtains, huge stone fireplaces, and dark, gloomy furniture. Bats and spiders lurk in every corner. Do come in and meet the family. Meet the Gorys. Meet the Gorys, an ancient vampire family. They are Mum and Dad, the twins Val and Vlad, and baby Vasha. She's a little smasher, laughs Mum. The Gory family pets are a dog called Fang, a cat called Claw, and, of course, being vampires, the family have lots and lots of spiders and bats hanging around their house. We're all a bit batty in this house, laughs Vlad and Dad. A gory day. Like all vampire families, the Gorys begin the day with breakfast. Val and Vlad have dreaded wheat cereal. It's fantastic, they giggle. More cream, dear? Fangs. Baby Vasha has a bottle of Vibina juice and Dad reads his horoscope in the Daily Nightmare. On his way to work, Dad takes Val and Vlad to Cemetery Hill Junior School in the family hearse. They get there just as the bell clangs. Hurry up, Vlad. We'll be late for class, says Val. It's Mr. Howler's horrible history lesson. Ugh, gruesome, groans Vlad, and they both scurry into school. Gory work. After dropping the kids off at school, Mr. Gory arrives at his job. He is an undertaker and works for the Fun Funerals and Balmy Burials Company. It's a grave business, says Mr. Gory, but we'll give you a funeral to die for. One of Fun Funerals' most popular burials is the Race to the Grave service. We guarantee you'll go to the grave with a smile on your face, laughs Mr. Gory proudly. Granny Gory. Meanwhile, Mum and baby Vasher take Fang, the dog, out for a walk through the graveyard. That's your great-great-great-grandfather Vlad, the Bad, says Mum to Vasher, pointing at a very old tombstone. Then they visit Granny Gory, Vlad, the dad's mum, who lives with lots of cats in a very old house. Granny loves to play Incy Wincy Spider with baby Vasher. A gory walk. Later, as the sun sets and shadows appear, the Gorys go for a walk in the park to feed the bats. Val plays with her Barbie dolls and Vlad reads his favourite Batman comic to Fang. Soon, the sky is filled with the sounds of swirling, squeaking bats. Eek, 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 eek. This is my favourite time of the day, sighs Mum. It's so creepy. Gory grub. The Gory family gather for supper. Tonight, Val and Vlad have invited the kids from next door to join them. Eat up, dears. You've eaten next to nothing, chuckles Mum. But there's a spider in my soup, wails one of the visitors. Oh, you lucky thing, shrieks Val. That's honky gory, says Dad, tucking into his goulash. I haven't had a bite all day. Bedtime, Gory. The clock strikes 12. Bedtime, kids, says Mum. And don't forget to clean your fangs. Val and Vlad creep up the dusty stairs to bed. Soon, Mum comes up to read a bedtime story. I want a gory horror story, says Vlad. I want a scary fairy story, says Val. Baby Vasher just gurgles at a Batmobile. Gory story. Are you sitting comfortably? Whispers Mum. Yes, giggles Val as she snuggles into bed. Once upon a time, says Mum, there was a girl called Little Red Riding Fang who lived in a dark wood. This is one of Val's favourite stories. She also loves Vampirella and Glass Fang, the story of a poor but beautiful girl who married a prince. But the story she loves most of all is Goldie Fang and the Three Bears. I want gold fangs when I grow up, says Val. Gory horror. It's my turn for a story now, says Vlad. I want a gory horror story. Vlad loves terror tales, especially about his famous ancestors of long ago. So Mum tells Vlad all about Vlad the Bad, Vlad the Mad, and Vlad the Sad. But his favourite vampire story is that of great-great-great-great-grandfather Vlad the Cad, who was a most famous film star in the early days of Horrorwood. Good night, kids. Sweet vampire dreams, whispers Mum as she blows out the candles. Gory night. When the children are all asleep, Mum and Dad watch old vampire films on television. I love Cousin Dracula. He's so funny, says Mum. The clock chimes 13. Mum and Dad light a candle and go up the dark, spooky stairs to bed. Good night. Sleep tight. Don't let the vampires bite.